You're looking at money the wrong way, because what you see is the surface, the cash, the bank balance, the lifestyle. But what you don't see is the machinery behind it. Listen, if we could slice money open like an X-ray, you wouldn't see paper, you'd see gears. You'd see flow. You'd see inputs, outputs, leverage points, and pressure systems working together. Because wealth is not luck. It's not random, and it's not reserved for a secret class of people. It's a system. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how that system works. But before we build it, we need to dismantle one dangerous illusion. Because the system you've been taught to follow isn't actually a wealth system at all. Most people operate under one core equation. Time leads to job. Job leads to salary. Salary leads to stability. It feels safe, structured, responsible. But there's a flaw built into it. Your income is directly tied to your time. If you earn per hour, your income has a ceiling. If you earn per month, your income still has a ceiling. Even if you earn 6 figures, your time is finite. And anything tied directly to time cannot scale infinitely. That's not an opinion, that's math. Wealth, at scale, requires leverage. And leverage means one unit of effort producing multiple units of return. If you stop working and the income stops completely, you don't own a system, you own a dependency. Now, this doesn't mean jobs are bad. Jobs can build skills, networks, capital, but a salary alone is rarely the engine of significant wealth. So if salary isn't the core system, what is? To answer that, we need to understand what money actually responds to. And it's not effort. Money flows toward value. Not effort, not intention, not desire. Value. Think about it. A software developer writes code once, and millions can use it. A content creator makes one video, and millions can watch it. A product solves one problem, and thousands buy it daily. The wealth isn't created by hours worked, it's created by value multiplied. Here's the real equation. Problem times scalable solution times market demand equals wealth potential. If you solve a small problem, you earn small money. If you solve a large problem for many people, the system expands. This is why some people earn modest incomes while others generate massive ones. It's not because one worked 10,000 times harder, it's because one solved a problem at scale. And scale is the multiplier inside the wealth machine. But this raises a deeper question. If wealth responds to scalable value, why do most people never build it? The answer is uncomfortable, and it has to do with how the system is designed. There are 3 layers inside the wealth machine, and most people operate only in layer 1. Layer 1, labor. You trade time for money. Layer 2, leverage. You build assets, businesses, digital products, investments that produce without your constant presence. Layer 3, ownership. You own equity in systems that grow whether you participate daily or not. The higher you move up these layers, the less your income depends on hours. Now here's where it becomes practical. You don't jump from layer 1 to layer 3 overnight. You transition. And the transition begins by converting income into assets. Instead of earn, spend, repeat, it becomes earn, build, own, expand. For example, you learn a skill, you monetize the skill, you package the skill, you scale the package, you automate or delegate, you retain ownership. This is how a freelancer becomes an agency owner, how an employee becomes an investor, how a creator becomes a brand. Wealth is engineered through stages. But here's the part nobody likes to talk about. The system doesn't reward everyone equally. And the reason has nothing to do with intelligence. It has everything to do with behavior. Even when people understand leverage and scale, they hesitate. Why? It's because building systems requires delayed gratification,
and humans are wired for immediate reward. It's easier to take a guaranteed monthly salary than to risk building something uncertain, to consume than to invest, to scroll than to study. But the wealth system rewards long-term positioning, and modern culture trains short-term comfort. That tension is where most people break. Wealth doesn't require genius. It requires tolerance for uncertainty. It requires the ability to reinvest instead of inflate lifestyle. It requires seeing money not as something to spend, but as fuel for systems. And the uncomfortable truth? Most people don't fail because they don't understand the mechanics. They fail because they won't endure the early stage where the gears are still turning slowly. But once momentum builds, the system compounds. And compounding is where the machine becomes powerful. Which brings us to the final piece. How do you actually move forward from here?
Wealth is not a number. It's not a car, a house, or a bank balance. It's a functioning system that produces outcomes consistently. And systems are built, not wished into existence. So here's the transferable framework you can apply immediately. 1. Increase your value. Learn skills that solve real problems. 2. Build something that works without your constant time input. 3. Retain ownership whenever possible. 4. Reinvest profits into assets, not liabilities. 5. Think in decades, not months. You don't need to create the next global tech company. You need to understand the mechanics. Because once you see the gears, you can't unsee them. And when you stop asking, how do I make more money, and start asking, what system am I building, everything changes. Wealth stops feeling mysterious. It starts feeling mechanical. And systems, once understood, can be engineered. That's how it actually works.